Howdy everybody, I am Kolik, and this is Oxygen Not Included. Alright, so not much has happened except I had to go and do a real life plumbing visit. And anyway, so here we go. We're back. We've gotten a little bit of carbon dioxide starting to form here. We're going ahead and we're building out our sections here. We've got some cots up for our guys so they can sleep at night. All's well and good, right? They love us. Well, we're at least 5% love. Actually, that's not so bad. Alright, so we're going to build a few algae terrarium. Now, if you can see all these gases that show up when you collect this thing, and you can see the carbon dioxide is going to start cooling down here. So we're going to build, I like to build like 4. Okay, now, you can be very specific on what exactly you want to do, and how much you want to build, and stuff like this, by taking a look at how much they produce. But remember, they don't operate unless there's actually carbon dioxide. So, if you build a little bit too many, it's not such a big deal. Same thing as these, if your air pressure is very high, they're not going to produce anything. Now, I have been going around with the theory that I want to put all these things together. I want to spread them out to maximize their output time. But, yeah, I kind of forgot that when I built this time. So, maybe you should do a algae deoxifier, then a cot, algae deoxifier, cot, alternate them like that, and that would spread out the oxygen production. It's definitely a thought. Or alternatively, you can spread them out between floors. I definitely want to have the highest concentration of oxygen on this gas right here, simply so that I can do stuff. Now, my guys are still pretty happy with me, so I'm going to go ahead and tell them to kill this guy. Now, if you notice, when you click on these things, it goes through all your choices, all the guys that can select it. I can't seem to select them right there. Now I can. Should be able to. Oh, come on. Alright. Yeah, now he's still carbon dioxide, huh? He's a hatch. There we go. Finally, good attack him. Okay. And I just don't want him going around eating everything. Alright? And he reduces meat, which is nice. You guys like it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. Now I've got this interior decoration thing already defined. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pick up power regulation next. Or maybe we'll go with... We'll go with power regulation. It only requires a little bit of research. So it's not so bad. You guys should be able to easily do it. The other alternative would be go ahead and start heading out for bathrooms. Because bathrooms are nice. Anyway, so... what I'm going to do here is I want to basically build a pump down here. Okay? So I'm kind of planning out what my moves are going to be. Alright, but I want to dig out all this algae. Algae is pretty important. It's a big, important resource early on here. Not so interested in fertilizer. But this algae all needs to be dug out. Okay. Now I want to set the pipe a little bit down from where this water is going to be, or the same level. I want to be at the base so that all the water is going to fall onto it, essentially. And then I'm going to have this big area over here, which will just naturally suck up the water. So I'm thinking put the device kind of well over here, say, right into here. These are very firm areas, so I don't have to worry about the pressure cracking this area. I've had before where it actually cracked and formed a breakage below it. So I want to have at least a 2 gap between these and the open area, but I prefer like a 3 gap. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to mine this algae out anyway, right? And I'm going to go ahead and put a new ladder right here when I'm doing it. Now, you know, so I'm 2 away, so I can go ahead and build this pipe without getting my feet wet. Okay, I'm also going to go ahead and tell it to build the ladder straight up to there. Okay, and therefore I can go into this area and be okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and I got duplicates. That's always awesome. And I don't need a real researcher. This is good. He's digging. He's holler. I like that. But this guy could be better because he's got creative. I'm going to go ahead and go with the creative guy this time. And the reason is because I want to be able to do some interior decor. So we're going to go ahead and select jobs. And the only person I want to be able to do art with is turn off do duplicates, turn off this guy, turn off that guy. It's Frankie. Frankie's the only person we'll do art. So this is important because your decor that I plan to do can be masterpieces. It can be kind of moderate, I think, and it can be kind of rough. And I'd rather have a chance to be masterpieces. So I'm going to go ahead and put up your core item right here, and right here, and right here. I'm going to go ahead and tell them to build those things. Now, anybody will be able to build those frames, but only she will be able to actually fill them in. Let's also go ahead and get more beds out, because we definitely need to do more cots. And if you right click, it sometimes will cancel it and sometimes it won't. It's a little bit inconsistent on that part. Wish it wasn't, but anyway. And then finally, you notice now we're going to have some more beds out there, so let's go ahead and put another interior decor item over here. Alright, so you can tell they're nice and evenly spaced. Okay, not right, but, you know, and I could extend stuff this way, but I'm probably not going to with this all this chlorine gas. I don't know if there's anything you actually can do with chlorine at the moment. I could keep out of it by building a airlock here and then get in here and harvest like these pepper plants and stuff. But we're not going to worry about that at the moment. We're still trying to get everything else situated. So I'm going to go ahead and dig out this area too, and then I'm going to build a plumbing, a liquid pump, and put it right here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start building a pipe up for it also. That way I don't have to worry about it going down into the water and rebuilding the pipe. And I'm going to go ahead and run the electrical cord too while I'm up here. And I'll run it all the way up to where the pipe is. And there we go. And my guys will start working there and get rid of it. Now these ores, the oxalite will naturally disappear, which is awesome for us. You don't have to worry about it then. But, you know, until then, we're going to have to worry about it. Now you can already tell there's some water here that's coming through because of the sand. It kind of disintegrated. And the sand here is probably going to break too sooner or later. So hopefully I can get all this pump filled and not have my guys totally soaked in water. They don't really like that very much. Alright? So anyway. We'll keep going here and see how much we can get, you know, out of this place, essentially. Alright. So we're going to go ahead and harvest this area too. And I'm going to go ahead and harvest these. Now, obviously, I'm going to want the algae. I mean, you know, I'm going on about algae for a bit here. But yeah. So you can see up here that we're doing okay. I don't have any research tasks selected, so let's go ahead and go back and select one. We're going to go for sanitation. I really do like sanitation next. Gets a nice air sanitizer, so I can cleanse polluted oxygen. That'll allow me to dig into like these holes here, which has got a lot of slime and algae, as you can tell over here, but also has polluted oxygen. And then once I get into that, I can, yeah, I'll have plenty of algae essentially from converting slime over, as long as I have power. And power is going to be an issue. All right, no question. Power is definitely going to be an issue. Now I'm going to have food be an issue too. Here, so we'll go ahead and queue up a continuous mush resource. We'll put it at job 6. And I'm going to go into here also and set up the cooks. So this guy, only this guy, May, who is good at cooking, will be able to cook. I'm going to go ahead and turn May off of stuff that she is bad at. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and put her mostly on. Definitely massage pad. Everyone's massage pad. Alright, so speaking of massage, the one way I've found that keeps you duplicants especially happy, other than not getting soaking wet all the time, is definitely the massage. Okay? I mean, who doesn't like a good massage, right? So, we're going to come over here, and we're going to build some, and if I can remember where they're at. I think they're in our furniture. Massage table. Alright. Now I'm going to go ahead and put 2 of them out. I always like to build things so that there's an extra one. And I'm going to build some mess tables while I'm at it. Now, you don't need a lot of mess tables, but I like to put in like 5. Yeah. Alright. So, we're going to go ahead and we're going to build those. Now they need power. Just like everything else. And now we're going to start running into power issues. Alright, so I'm going to have to build a, first off, I'm going to go ahead and deconstruct these 2 batteries. Okay, as you can tell, it kind of broke through here. We'll go ahead and queue up to break these algae and slimes down and stuff. And that right there. Now it's obviously not connected to anything at the moment. These this ore will eventually, go away, which is awesome for us. But at the moment, I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, so I need to be able to produce more manual power generation. So each of those takes 240. So I need at least 1 machine just to run them. Okay. So I'm going to do that, and I'm also going to queue up a big battery. Put it right there. And now I'm going to be able to have, well, at least the massage table work. Now, if you don't want something just disabling, picking up power, you can go ahead and say disable building. And that means that it doesn't produce any resources, doesn't do anything, and doesn't draw any power. And that's actually pretty relevant. Because sometimes you want to build an extra one, or maybe to get rid of like a built up amount of, say, carbon dioxide, you'll build some extra things to get rid of it, but then you don't really need so much anymore because you don't have the excess built up, you can turn them off. Maybe you're trying to build up your power, but you're not there yet, and you need to unplan some things, if you will. You can temporarily disable things like the massage tables so that you have enough power to, well, your guys, do okay. Anyway, getting a little bit off topic there. Oh, by the way, let me go ahead and queue this thing to store everything. Alright, so we got a food maker, that stuff going, more resources, all this stuff going. I'm trying to take a look here, guys, see what else. Alright. Alright, now here is something else that I've recently learned, and we're going to talk about. This one gets a little complicated, so we're going to have to, you'll have to bear with me. Alright, so we can build lavatories and shower sheds. Yay! Alright. Lavatories and showers both require water input, which is why we went ahead and built the pump, right? Good. They also require water output. They will be putting out polluted water. We need an area where we can dump our polluted water. Now, we're not ecologists here, okay, guys? We're space colonists, all right? Which means that, well, it's got to go somewhere we can deal with it. Now, over here looks like a nice area. It's already got polluted water. One of the things about this polluted water is you can make it clean. There is a refinement technique. Takes polluted water in and puts out, normal water. Now, to do this, we're going to have to have access to this. To have access to this is obviously the blueprint we know. We're right here. But an important point is mount flow. Okay, and this is something I didn't pay attention to at start, and it has screwed me in a couple games. And I finally figured out some stuff earlier this morning, and was able to put it in practice in the last game. It worked beautifully. All right, you know that I like 2 restrooms. Okay, and in 2 restrooms, 2 restrooms is awesome because then 2 guys can go to the bathroom at the same time. But if one guy's using the restroom and the liquid flow comes out and you have the same pipe that feeds into each other, it'll block it. Okay? And the guy going to the bathroom can no longer use the bathroom. That's bad. Okay? You don't like that. Your stress level starts skyrocketing up real fast when it starts happening. So I really do recommend each restroom and each shower that you build have a completely different pipe, all right, to be able to output the stuff. Now that means that you need 4 vents, and obviously I haven't shown that here, but it means you need 4 vents if you have 2 restrooms and 2 showers, which is what I like to build. And that means that you need a large space because you got to be able to build this. You got to have some tiles. You have space to mine out, everything like this. Now, in order to do all that, you have to have enough oxygen produced so that your guys can breathe out there and do all this stuff. And it gets complicated. So anyway, I'm going to cut this video here, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on that, and I will show you what I have in next week. This is Cole signing out.